Hi, I'm Jodie, your guide for today's class for Yoga for Everybody. And today we're going to explore a very fascinating topic, the nervous system. So I invite you to start on your back this morning. Get nice and comfortable. So feel free to put cushions under your knees, under your head, and just let yourself be comfortable enough to relax and let go. Take a moment to create some space between your ears and your shoulders and center your head. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. One more time. Take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. So now, give yourself permission to have an hour to be in the present moment. And forget about all those things that you feel like you should be doing, whether it's in the future or things that happened in the past, and bring your mind into the present moment. So one of the easiest way to do this is to focus in on our breath and make sure that the quality of our breath is at its maximum. So you might notice that in our daily life, when we're feeling rushed and stressed, our breath becomes very shallow. So we're going to change this into deep breathing. So inhale to your maximum, exhale to your maximum. So feel your stomach stretch as you inhale, and as you exhale, press your belly button just slightly in towards the spine. So again, inhale fully. Exhale completely. And you're going to notice that with the cycles and the repetition of the breath, everything's going to start slowing down. And it's very normal if we have thoughts that pop into our minds and things happen and we get distracted. And just accept that as normal, as part of the life. And it's part of life to also train the brain to come back to let go. And this will start happening naturally with practice. So check in to make sure that your breath is very fluid. And that means that it's normal to have a little pause at the top of the inhalation and at the bottom of the exhalation. But otherwise, the breath should be very fluid and smooth. So now our breath should be very fluid, slow, and deep. And we'll begin what's called the Ujjayi breath now by contracting our throat a little bit. So, the Ujjayi breath is the ocean sounding breath, and we want to be able to hear the volume of our breath so that they sound kind of like the waves of the ocean. So allow the volume to be loud enough that if there was somebody beside you, that they would be able to hear you breathing. So our pranayama practice, our breathing exercises, connect our mind and our mind and body together. So we want to think about really directing our energy through the inhalation and our exhalation. So every time we inhale, we're going to imagine bringing all the energy up from our tailbone towards the third eye. And as we exhale, we're going to imagine all that energy from the third eye going back down through the spine to the tailbone. And as that energy flows through the body, as we inhale and the energy rises, we feel very light and energetic. As we exhale, we're going to feel all that energy coming back down, and we'll feel more heavy, and we'll feel that support of the earth below us. So again, inhale, the energy comes up. Exhale, the energy goes down. So today we're also going to include breath retention in with our pranayama practice. So we inhale deeply, hold the breath at the top of the inhalation for however amount of time feels comfortable for you. Exhale slowly and hold the breath at the bottom of the exhalation as well. So we're going to hold the breath each time at the top of the inhalation and at the bottom of the exhalation as well. And as we do this, the energy builds and builds and builds as we retain the breath. So you can imagine as you inhale and the energy comes up towards the third eye, we feel the energy swelling here. And it's normal to start maybe seeing some colors between the eyebrows. It might feel a little bit itchy or tingling. It's all normal. And as we exhale, it's equally as important to bring that energy back down. And you're going to feel the energy collecting around your hips. And you'll feel your weight coming back down to the ground, and you become heavier and heavier. And after a few repetitions, you might feel like you can't contain that amount of energy anymore. So as you do this, imagine the energy coming up, and as the energy reaches the third eye and you start holding the breath, imagine that the energy comes up through the crown of the head, through the ceiling, the sky, and it goes to the center of the universe. Opposite, as you exhale, imagine all this energy coming down from the center of the universe, entering in through the crown of the head, going to the tailbone, and then all that energy going down through the mat, the floor, the earth, and going to the center of the earth. And again, the opposite, as you inhale, all that energy from the earth is going to pass up through you and into the universe. Now from here, what's so interesting is that we can start asking for help. So as we exhale, we're going to imagine asking the universe to help clear out any types of tensions that we're holding on to, physical or emotional, mental. We're going to let it go through the spine, down through the tailbone, and imagine it going out through that root that you created from the tailbone to the center of the earth. Imagine the earth absorbing all of that tension from ours, and it's going to give us the opposite, positive energy. So as we inhale, we pull up all of this abundance the earth holds onto, and it can come up through our body. And imagine it filling and healing every cell in your body and your mind. So as an example, as we're exhaling, we're going to imagine that the universe helps us let go of tensions that we hold on from our family, and that the earth absorbs them and takes this tension away from us. And as we inhale, we're going to imagine taking up the opposite energy from the earth that would heal whatever we need to heal with our family. It's going to sink in and heal every cell of our mind, body, and soul. And we can do this every time we inhale and exhale for whatever type of subject we need. So it could be family, friends, work, accidents, whatever happened. Let it go with each cycle, and slowly you'll feel the energy becoming very positive. Good. After your next exhalation, release the breath retention and keep breathing deeply through the belly. Perfect. So today's class on the nervous system, it's very important to keep in mind that your feeling is more important than the angles. So keep mind of all the sensations you have as you practice. Great. Keep that nice deep breath and come to place your cushions to the side. And we're just slowly going to exhale our head to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn the head to the other side. Inhale to center. So keep turning your head side to side, letting the rhythm of your own breath guide the movement. So your breath is always coordinated with the movement. And often there's so many of us that keep so much stress in the neck. So it's really important to let go of that tension. Especially since we're dealing with a vagus nerve when we work with this nervous system. So this starts and connects into all of our organs. And it's so important to let the brain coordinate well with our digestive system. So this is one of the reasons why the stress hormone affects the organs and the stomach so much. And sometimes letting our digestion come back is a lot to do with calming our nerves. Great. Now take a moment to check in to see how you feel with that movement. Sometimes you might notice tingling or a different type of circulation, tension, or liberation, whatever you notice, just take that into account. Great. Now bring your hands to your knees as you bring them close into your belly. And we're going to be pumping our knees in and out towards the belly. So as we exhale, we pull our knees in towards our belly. As we inhale, we let the knees go away from the belly. So again, exhale, pump inwards. Inhale, let the knees go backwards. Good. Exhale, the knees inwards. Inhale, the knees further away from the belly. Keep engaging the Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And if you notice any thoughts that are infiltrating your brain right now, that are anything else to do besides your health, let them go. Concentrate on your breath and the movement. Perfect. Exhale. Let the feet come down to the mat with your knees bent. And keep taking in all of those notes from the study about yourself. Notice what that posture did to your system. So I'd like you to remind yourself how exhausted the body can get when the stress hormones take over. And we're going to do everything to keep this stabilized. So now let the knees come in towards your belly. Stretch your arms out into a T posture. And we're going into a moving twist. So exhale your knees about halfway down to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale about halfway down to the other side. Keep in mind, the angle is for you to choose to know what feels good in your back. So again, it's okay to feel a little bit of work, but we do not want to feel any type of pain. So you want to keep working with this parasympathetic expression and come back to a normal baseline. Perfect. If you feel like you need to change the angle of the twist, feel free. And the next time your knees come toward the right side, let them come fully down to the floor and turn the head gently towards the left. Relax your low back, your ribs, your shoulders, and just let everything melt down towards the floor. And take time here to really feel that luxury of what it means to take care of yourself. Good. Press the belly button in towards center. Inhale, bring the knees towards the center as well. And then slowly exhale the knees down towards the left side. Very good. Turn your head slightly towards the opposite direction. And here, there's not much at all you have to do except breathe deeply. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. So remember, the Ujjayi breath makes it impossible for our system to create stress hormones. And it's really important to let everything calm down. Because especially if we continue long periods of stress, it becomes a habit in the brain to create those stress hormones even when they're not needed. We have to teach it otherwise. Perfect. Contract your abdominals. Inhale, bring your knees to center. Cross your ankles and then hold on to the blades of the feet. Then gently, we're going to start rocking back and forth on the spine. So think about inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. And you're going to notice that momentum will build as we rock up and down, and we'll be able to come up into a seated posture. Very good. Great. So for our next posture, we're going to go into a modified cat and puppy stretch. And we're going to interlace our fingers here and place the blades of the hands right at the base of the skull. And it's very important because here we're accessing the vagus nerve. So as we exhale, we're going to press in with our hands against the knees and bring the elbows into center. Inhale. Lift the heart up, look up towards the sky, and let the elbows open as much as possible. Exhale, we're going inwards. Again, squeeze in with the base of your palms to the neck. Inhale, lift up and open towards the sky. Exhale, curl down again. Inhale, back up. Remember, it's very important to coordinate your breath with the moment. With the breath. Great. So remember, we're not looking for a deep, deep stretch. We're looking to open. Excellent. Great. As you exhale, let your hands come down to the ground. And again, check in to see how you're feeling with those movements. Now inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, let them drop down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, let it drop down. Remind yourself it is your breath that guides the movement. So, sometimes we are really in those stress patterns. So again, if you notice those thoughts popping up, come back and think about your breath. You do not have to stay in the stress response. You do have control. Excellent. Relax your shoulders. Notice that feeling of freedom that's starting to take over your body at the moment. Great. So now we're going to work with the low back and make some circles. Don't worry about the size of the circle. Just make sure you feel comfortable as you do it. So we're going to exhale down and around. Inhale, up and around. Feel free to move your head with the movement. Allow the momentum to also help the movement. And enjoy exploring your mobility. Great. Change directions. Very good. Come back to center. And sometimes you'll notice that when we work with the coordination of the breath and the circular movements, we can feel a little bit lightheaded, but don't worry. Taking a few deep breaths and you'll come back to your regular feeling. And as you inhale and exhale, notice how much energy is coming back. And remember, we want to keep working with that parasympathetic response in our body. Remind yourself to work in our limits. A lot of times we spend way too many moments of our day doing so many things, running around, and we have so many responsibilities and tasks and chores that we even forget to breathe properly. Allow things to come back to normal through the breath. You'll even notice sometimes that our adrenaline system is not able to turn off because we become too stressed. You notice you can't eat properly, there's lots of body pain, we can't sleep, and the cycle keeps going and going. Remind yourself there's some easy ways to come back and end that cycle. Perfect. Inhale, raise the right hand up, and exhale, we're gonna lean to the left in our half moon. Good. Now we're gonna exhale and twist towards the left knee. Inhale, turn back to center. Exhale, twist a little bit forward. Inhale, twist back. Keep using your Ujjayi breath. This will double the effect of the posture. Feel free to explore the angles of this movement to find out what makes the best changes in your body. Remember, just go to where it feels comfortable. Our goal here really today is to coordinate the breath with the movements. It's not to make really deep stretches so that the hormones can come back and work normally. Great. Place the hands down on the floor. Let your body relax down over the left knee. And let yourself completely relax. So release any effort you're making through the arms and the shoulders, and let your body come down to the ground and feel the gravity helping you. Very good. As you inhale, you can come back to center, and then inhale, we're gonna lift the left arm up. Exhale, lean towards the right in a half moon. So again, we're gonna start our coordinated movements, exhaling to twist downwards, And inhaling to open upwards. Listen into the sound of your breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through the mouth. Feel what effect these movements have on your body. And isn't it interesting how when we're doing too much, we feel really spaced out sometimes. And when we do this movement, notice the difference, how connected we feel to the earth. Perfect. Next time you come down towards the floor, place your hands down and let the body lean over the right knee this time. And allow it to melt. Feel all the muscles melting down. Relax even more through the neck, shoulders, and elbows, releasing the low back. Excellent. Inhale, come back to center. That's super. So now we're going to come up onto all fours. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders. Your knees are slightly open under your hips. Place your index fingers parallel and rotate your arm bones inwards. And we're going to do another cat and puppy stretch. So as we exhale, we roll our back up towards the sky. And as we inhale, we let the belly sink towards the earth, and we let the crown of the head and the tailbone sink down. Good. Keep repeating with your breath. And remember to use the Ujjayi breathing so you can hear the breath. There's nothing else you need to be doing right now except looking after yourself. Very good. Come back to tabletop. And remember, one of the most beautiful things in yoga is that it's a study about yourself through yourself. So just find all the data that you're taking in right now about your reactions to the posturing as interesting. Good. Now inhale and then exhale, slide your right arm down on the floor through the loop between your left arm and your left leg until your ear comes to under the ground. And then place your left arm down on your left hand on the right hand. And then inhale, lift the left hand up towards the sky, look at your thumb. Good. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And keep listening into your breath. And only go into the twist as far as it feels comfortable to you. And use the whole inhalation to twist backwards and your whole exhalation to twist forwards. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, lower your arm down. And as you inhale, come back up onto all fours. Now we're going to lift up the left hand and stretch it all the way towards the right. And then place the right hand on top of the left. Inhale, lift the right hand up. Exhale, bring it down. And keep continuing this movement with your own breath that guides it. Keep breathing in and out to your maximum. feel what's happening to the energy in your body right now. Good. Exhale. We're going to bring the hand down and then inhale back up onto all fours. Great. Notice what happened to your body during that posture. And now we're going to start another little series. So we're going to exhale and press the hips back for child's pose and press the forehead to the ground. And then as we inhale, we stretch forward into baby cobra. Excellent. So we're going to do this a few times. Exhale, lean down. Inhale, stretch your hip backwards to child's pose. Bring your forehead to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, the forehead down to the mat. Inhale, child's pose. Exhale, slide the forehead into cobra pose. Exhale, bring the forehead to the mat. Inhale, child's posture. So keep sliding forward as we inhale. Exhale, the forehead down. Inhale, child's pose. Last time, inhale, slide forward into cobra posture. Very good. Exhale to bring the forehead down to the mat, and then place your hands down by your hips. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. Keep checking in to see what's happening with your body. And take in a few more deep breaths. Great. So a lot of times when we come on our belly, we place our hands under our shoulders. This time we're going to spread them a little bit wider. Or if you're even more comfortable, place just your fingertips on the mat. Well, it might even be on the floor if your hands are spread out even wider. Lift the elbows up. We're going to lift up to cobra. Exhale, look over to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, come down to the floor with the forehead. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale, decide. So keep doing this with your own breath as the guide for the pace of the movements. And remember, to be more comfortable in the twist, feel free to move your shoulders if that feels better. Very good. One last time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Look over the left shoulder on the next exhalation. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Very good. Now, just to make sure that your low back is comfortable, bend your legs at the knees and swish your feet side to side like the windshield wipers of a car. Very good. Bring your feet back to center and exhale, let them just float back down to the ground. So this time we are going to keep the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, press back for cobra. This time we're going to keep the elbows bent and close to the rib cage. And this time we're going to make circles. So you're exhaling your head down and around, inhaling up and around. Turn your head with the movement. Imagine all of the energy that's rising and falling with the repetitions of movement and the breath. Perfect. Change directions. Super. Come back to center. And as you exhale, gently bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale, come into child's pose by bringing your hips back to the heels. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Let your arms relax wherever it's comfortable. Doesn't matter if it's in front of your body or down by your hips. So as we make many repetitive movements and concentrate on coordinating those movements with the breath, again, it's very common to feel lightheaded, dizzy, a big rush of energy. It's very normal. And remember, as soon as we let go with the posture and come back to our breath, that dizziness feeling fades. And remember, it's always up to you if you feel like you need to stop a posture. Great. Now we're going to come up onto all fours and take a step forward with the right foot, leaving a 90-degree angle with your right knee. Good. So we're going to come into a lunge by exhaling, leaning forward. Inhale, try to straighten the knee as much as you can. And if it's comfortable for you, feel free to lean the forehead forward. So we're exhale, leaning forward. Inhaling, leaning back. Good. Don't move quickly. Keep everything coordinated with the breath. So we're thinking more about the meditative side of yoga right now. Not necessarily the alignment. The movement should be very, very comfortable. Excellent. Take a step back with the right knee and then take a step forward with the left foot. So same movement. Exhale, the left knee forward. Inhale, straighten the left leg and bend the knee, lean the forehead down if that feels comfortable for you. Good. Last repetition. Come back to center now, and then curl the right toes under and take a step forward with the right foot. And you're going to come into a standing forward fold to whatever angle is comfortable for you. So you can, for example, put your hands on your shin and come up a little bit, or let your body completely lean down. Let your neck fully relax. Notice your arms getting nice and heavy. Let the back relax. Turn your tailbone up. And even fold your arms right now, cross your arms, and rock a little bit side to side, nice and relaxed. Imagine yourself like a piece of hay blowing in the wind. Very good. Slowly come back to center. Soften your knees. And as you inhale, bring your heads up and over your head, interlacing your fingers and pointing the index fingers up towards the sky. Make sure you point your toes forward and that you have about hip distance space between your feet. So as we exhale, we're going to lean towards the right in our half moon. Inhale to center, exhale towards the left. Inhale to center, exhale towards the right. Inhale to center, exhale towards the left. Inhale to center. So I love to imagine myself kind of like the pendulum you see on a piano in this posture. And just let it go, kind of tick tock, side to side with the breath. And move your body in a way that feels soft and comfortable to you. Excellent. Bring your hands to center, and then exhale, let the arms float down to your side. And notice the effects of that posture. Great, now take a deep step with your feet. And exhale to lean forward. If you find it hard to bring your hands to the floor, feel free to put blocks under your hands. Now relax your neck. And flex your feet so you feel the arch lift up. And notice that feeling of strength that builds towards your feet and your legs. Now, if you feel balanced, bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, and exhale, bring the hands towards the head. As you inhale, let the hands come towards the back. So exhale, bring them towards the head. Inhale to bring them back. So a lot of us carry a lot of tension around the shoulders. And make sure that you don't enter in or pass your limit so that you experience pain. We're tracing the mobility of the movement. Remember your objective today. We're relaxing the nervous system. Great. Bring your hands to your hips. Press your belly button in towards your spine. And inhale to come back to center. Great. Now walk your heels inwards, and we're going to come down into a squat. So depending on your structure, your heels might be up in the air or your feet might touch the ground. Either way is fine. It's just your structure. Now place your elbows to the inside of the knees. Place your hands in prayer. And open the knees with the elbows, and then squeeze slightly in with your knees on the elbows. Great. So the elbows are actually going to block the movement of the knees coming inwards, so you might start feeling the inner thigh shake a little bit. That's totally normal. Great. Sit down now any way that's comfortable for you. And then lift your arms up about shoulder height, and then cross the right elbow under the left and cross the forearms so you can place your hands together. So this is the eagle arms, and we're going to circle them. Inhaling the elbows up and around, exhaling down and around. Great. Now close your eyes for a moment and just notice how this is feeling in your body. It becomes almost a hypnotic kind of feeling when we do a lot of repetitive circular movements and coordinate it with the breath. So now we have to change the direction. Great. Now come back to center and shake out your arms. squeeze your hands too to make fists. And then we're gonna go to the opposite direction, crossing the left elbow under the right, cross the forearms and the hands. And then we're gonna start circulating our eagle arms. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. So feel free to explore the angles. Just go and feel what feels great in your body at this moment. Change directions. Listen into your Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Come back to center and shake out your arms and do whatever you need to do to relax your arms. Great. Come forward, placing your feet on the mat. Lift the heels up a little bit. Bring the arms up about shoulder height. Press the belly button in towards the spine. And see what it feels like if you lift your toes. So inhale the toes up. Exhale, bring them back down to the mat. Great. Bring your feet down to the mat and exhale. Roll the back down, one vertebrae at a time. That's very good. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. And we're going to do a moving bridge. So bring the hands down by the hips. Bend the knees, the feet should be close by the hips. And we're going to be coordinating the movement with the breath. So as we exhale, press the feet to the floor, lift the hips up. Inhale, come down nice and slowly. So we're moving nice and slowly. Inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. And use the whole breath for the movement. Great. Take the whole time, noting the entire movement of the posture is equally as important. Great. Keep moving slowly and keep using the Ujjayi breath to get the best results. Perfect. Inhale to lift the hips up. Exhale, let the hips come down nice and slowly towards the floor. Good. Take a moment here to release the posture. And then again, notice your reactions. Now, stretch the left leg down on the floor. And we're going to interlace. We're going to place the left hand on the right knee and stretch the right arm out to the side. And we're going into a rocking twist. Exhaling, swinging the right knee to the left, and inhaling, coming back to center. So remember, it's this repetition coordinated with the breath that's the most important to calm down the nervous system. So just let everything slow down naturally. Make sure that you're doing everything you need to do to be comfortable, and let your system come back to itself. Become conscious of how every movement affects your body, mind, and soul. Now exhale, let the knee come down completely towards the left. Turn your head gently towards the right. We're gonna let the knee relax here as we take in a few deep breaths. The movement you'll feel now is more with the breath through the rib cage. Excellent. Contract your abdominals and exhale to come back to center. Bend both knees. Stretch the right leg down on the ground. Bend your left knee, bring it in towards the belly. Place your right hand on that left knee. And we're moving by swinging that left knee towards the right as we exhale and inhaling to come back to center. So I'm going to do this a few times. Feel all the comfort coming back to your body as you keep moving. Great. Now let everything sink down as you let the knee rest towards the right side as we hold the twist. Turn your head softly to the left and concentrate in on the breath. Now as you exhale, unwind. Keep the knees bent and your feet on the mat. So I'm going to do an exercise right now for the psoas, which will often contract if we're stressed. So for the people, some people might find it more comfortable to place a little blanket under the hips, just to slightly raise the hips. If you're more comfortable, put a block. And if you're very flexible, feel free to put a cushion under the hips. So you're just gonna go with your comfort level to decide what's the best angle to be at as we go into this. And just be honest about what feels good in your body. So the psoas is a very big muscle in the body that really responds to stress. So we're going to stretch out here by just letting that left leg stretch down towards the ground and let the right knee come in towards the body. We're going to interlace our hands over the right knee. If ever you find that this is too much for you, remember, you can lower yourself down, lower that cushion to the block or the block to the towel or even nothing if it's really necessary. And just notice and connect in to that left hip and connect into that feeling of the gravity, just pulling it naturally towards the ground. So as I was mentioning, this muscle is used often in the body, and it does react emotionally. So if you ever have any types of feelings that come up while you're practicing this, it might be what's triggering your stress response, and it's very important to notice so that you can correct your limits when you're dealing with that emotionally as well. Perfect. We're going to switch sides. So bring your legs back down. Let the right leg extend towards the ground. Bend the left knee, lift it up towards your belly, and interlace your fingers over the left knee. Remind yourself how nice it is when your only responsibility is to inhale and exhale, and to notice how perfect is the very present moment. So through yoga, we start learning how to become our own therapist and to live the way that's the best for us, and to make positive changes in our environment, and maybe even help others learn as well. Great. Now allow all of the changements you've been making to be absorbed by each and every cell of your body. So we're going to slowly start bringing our consciousness back into our body by slowly start moving our fingers and our toes. And when you're ready, slide your arms up and over your head and take a deep stretch from your fingertips to your toes, one side to the other. Or you can also make any last stretches or movements that you need. Good. Relax your shoulders. Make sure that your head is aligned. Stretch the crown of the head up towards the sky and bring your hands to your heart in prayer. So we'll chant Om to end the class today. Inhale. Thank you so much. Namaste.